Hey buddies, people say life is a roller coaster. Does that mean that you complete one roller coaster and get into another roller coaster? Is that so? I don't know. I relate to this simply because, when I was a kid, I was told that, study well, do your 10th properly so that, you can get into your plus two. And then after that, in plus two, do well so that, you have a choice to choose what you want to graduate in. Then eventually, after you finish your graduation, then, you get into a job. Then you feel that masters is something which is required, then you do your masters, and eventually you get into a job, and then you feel, okay, this is not the domain that you want to work in, and then you want to choose another domain, and then you start working. I think everyone goes through this roller coaster. But then, so what is life? I mean, or like nothing has come straight, right? Whether it's education, whether it's your pursuing your masters or your job, you kept changing, isn't it? And eventually, when you think that, you want somebody in your life, and then when you start liking a person, so what do you give that person? It's about love, okay. And then you want to give materials, okay. Then eventually, when something goes wrong, you're not doing well financially, then, that relationship goes for a toss. So again, then you give up on that relationship, or the person, whom you like, will give up on you. And then maybe after a few years, you bounce back and then you become better. But then I think the damage is already done. You don't have the, trust or liking or to love somebody and things like that, because you have learned your lesson there. Of course, it's not portraying, or it's not like painting everybody with the same brush, but then you kind of, your DNA changes. I feel that's what I think happens. So that is when you want to be just, happy, and then have peace. And then I think that is why I see a lot of people traveling these days, going for a staycation in the hills, and then, other parts. Of course, when I went through, down in my life, I think two things helped me. One is, I don't know whether it is spirituality. I don't understand, what is spirituality, maybe because I'm very naive in that. What I did is I used to just go to a temple, sit there, and then talk to the idol, tell, about my problems. And, because we all need somebody, to talk to and feel, come back, and then thinking that, okay, someone is going to take care of you. Of course, it has worked for me for sure. And then, whatever reasons it may be. And then at the same time, I think travel has helped me a lot, because whenever I was in stress, or, or not getting any answers to things, what I was doing, I used to just embark on a journey and then forget, things. And then the story, the drive, going places, seeing people, whether it's nature or temples or whatever, you just immerse yourself in that, and then you uh, get to a situation that you forget things, and then eventually, when you are in the room, alone, you start thinking about the situation that you were at home, and then you start thinking about the challenges, and then maybe you come out with some solution, or at least you come back home with a rejuvenated mindset, so that you can address that issues that you are undergoing and things like that. I think there's no answer. I don't know, a lot of gyanis, give big answers on the podcast and all that. For me, if you really ask me, I think there are no answers. I think it is just finding peace within yourself. I'm not talking about in the sense, of spirituality, blah blah blah. I think what I mean to say is that you are the person who has to convince yourself, or maybe distract yourself with things what you like, and then that's the only answer. I think that is the answer which has worked for me. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I never thought, maybe that will address, things. Of course, I find that in nature, and then maybe with the person who I may like and things like that. Otherwise, I think, for me now, what is working is the travel, and maybe visiting these temples and all that, because I have somebody with whom I can talk to without any kind of inhibitions, and then I can express whatever I want to. And then I feel that, okay, that energy would support me. I think that's how life is for me. So then, if you ask me what is life, I have no clue. In fact, I think whatever has happened in my life, I think goes against the whole philosophy that I hear from people. Give the best love to the person whom you like, and things like that. It is not love. Maybe I think it is the choice. maybe materials sound good to them, so it's not just the love that matters. Okay, you need to have both of that, maybe. So I think there are no right answers to this. Similarly, even in your education, I think you may like today to pursue a particular domain, and then eventually, if the market is driven by something else, you go towards that. That is how it is. I think now today a lot of people are doing content. Do you think, I mean, they just want to showcase themselves online? No, I think, I mean, it is just the urge that they would make money, and then this new fan following of travel has enthused them, so that it kind of becomes get away from mundane. I think that is what life is all about. I think we should not heed to too much of challenges that are there, and then I think just live as life flows. I think that's what is life as per me. I'm not a granny. I'm just saying what I felt. Okay. Now, don't start commenting whatever. Anyways, I'm going to turn off the commenting here. So, anyone wants to talk something positive, you can, I mean, DM me. Otherwise, I mean, just forget about it. Okay. You can just consider a person just blabbering here. Okay. I wanted to blabber. Yeah.